fine, Zyrene. Thank you very much. We will get things started here on the Analyst desk. TSM coming out on top of Immortals 2-1 in what was a very long and extended game 3, right? We kind of, the first 2 games looked dominant from either team. This one a lot closer, coming down to the wire, but TSM victorious. To work through it, I just want to do replays. Let's kind of track the story of this game. So we're going to start very early on, 8 minutes into the game. Immortals collapsing on what TSM was attempting to make as a turret dive, picking up 2 early kills.
Yeah, I mean, this was kind of a game where people are moving around the map all the time, trying to get odd number advantages. And here's one where IMT is already ready for it. TSM moves in for the dive. It gets turned. The bot lane's already there. They pick off Sven, who manages to, live a little bit longer with the help of Bjergsen's ult. And they also pick up Biofrost there, and after this kill that they finalize on Svenskeren, they're going to turn and look to the Rift Herald, and that's where things kind of flip back.
Yeah, this is going to be an extended replay, but they will jump to that Rift Herald. The amount of damage that the Rift Herald puts out onto them, and then Doublelift and Hauntzer contesting. This is the triple kill that we were lucky enough to look in on earlier
on stream too.
That definitely, three kills worth of gold going over your ADC at 8 minutes into the game is, that's something you like to see.
That definitely kept them in the game and gave them a lot of control over the game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a Lucian of all things, too, when you pick up that Youmuu's Black Cleaver, that early spike for him, allowing them to push through the mid-game. So if we jump 20 minutes into the game, TSM are going to get another engage contesting Immortals red buff, something they do quite often. Off the back end of this, though, with a beautiful ult from Biofrost, going to set up that easy double bomb from Bjergsen.
Right, this is an interaction that I don't think Iris or I were even aware of, that if you just have the double bomb sitting on the ground, when they wake up out of the stasis, they pick one up and the other one activates.
Right.
It sets up these easy double bomb stuns, and there was able to get a kill, and that's one of the things TSM does super well in the mid game that some other teams struggle with, is getting these 5-man contests that force objective fights. So.
But they can flash out of it, though.
Yeah, there's the tick of the bomb. So if you're lucky enough to be within that kind of the dip of the cycle, you can flash, but it just makes it so difficult.
Which brings it back to the topic of immobile carries. If you don't have flash and you get hit by that Bard ult, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we saw the game end, essentially, and we will get back to that game-ending fight one more time. Before we do that, let's go 40 minutes into the game, because this is going to showcase how back and forth and how close this game really was. Immortals is going to pick up a 4-for-2 on the back end of what was an initiate from Biofrost with that Bard ultimate.
Right, you see Pobelter flash out, that's what Darius was talking about with the tick rate, but this is actually a great fight for TSM at the start. They managed to kill some people on Immortals before Doublelift goes a little bit too ham. Ooh. Dies.
Yeah.
The AD carry versus Viktor fight tends to happen that way. Someone gets blown up. Yeah. Sneaky fell victim to that as well.
Don't know if he expected the Zilean ult to still be up after it was used on Hauntzer to keep Hauntzer alive. But yeah, unfortunately, as your DPS from that fed ADC goes down, Immortals kind of gets permission to turn back around one more time and pick up those kills. They get Baron on the back end of that. So this is when we were like, oh no, Immortals, they may have just gotten back into the game, might even have the tools they need to win it all. And yet, the game-ending team fight. So let's look in on that one more time. It's going to start off once again with a beautiful Biofrost ultimate as they're chasing down Reignover, having just secured that Baron.
Right, this is one of those instances that they're talking about. You just got to leave someone behind. Here, you can leave Reignover and wave clear and just hang on for a little bit, but they try and save him. Huni walks forward. You see Pobelter and wildturtle moving into the frame as well, and that's when Biofrost hits this monster Bard ult that just sets up the Bjerg double bomb again, and here we see how just obvious that combo can destroy a team.
That's the double-edged sword where teamwork does backfire on you, where sometimes you just gotta play the solo queue move, let them go, use your Baron, and just try to stay alive long enough to keep the game going.
Absolutely. Well, player of the game, this was hotly contested between pretty much everybody who was watching this game. It is going to go over to Doublelift, 7-1-7 on that Lucian. But it's important to note, Hauntzer had the highest damage in the game. Obviously, we were mentioning Biofrost and his beautiful engages, kind of laying Bjergsen up for those double bombs from the Zilean. But Doublelift, that crucial triple kill pickup. And aside from that one blemish death in that team fight, playing close to a flawless game on Lucian.
Although it's extremely debatable, and my vote still does go to Biofrost,
mine as well.
Doublelift was the pillar of the team that game. He kept them in the game. He got those 3 kills. He was solid all the way up to that mid, blunder for that 1 second, but other than that, he kept the team together, in my opinion.
And it is a very kind of AD carry-centric team comp when you're running with the Zilean supportish mid who's just going to try and speed him up, keep him healthy if he starts getting focused, so when he dies, he comes back up, and you have the Swain sitting in the middle of their team that whole time. So Doublelift definitely played a lot of that game really well. I mean, TSM, after that triple kill pickup, was actually kind of in control the rest of the game, and it was all due to Doublelift.
Absolutely. Well, at the end of Series 1 here on NALCS 1, TSM stands victorious over Immortals in a 2-1 victory. Over on NALCS 2, however, C9 is out to a 3K gold lead around 20 minutes into the game. A lot of this off of some serious work that Bunny Fufu and Sneaky were doing down in the bot lane. We're going to take a quick live look in so that you guys can see what's going on.
The support left by the Baron by yourself.
Yeah,
that 500 damage.
That was definitely one of those cases where you've been slowly losing for the majority of the game, and as soon as you see you get back into it, look at this pop on Jensen. They blow up Jensen, he's out of there, so Cloud9 abort immediately. They say, everybody,
do not want
run, scramble, every man for yourself. In fact, actually turned back around there. He might have been able to get away if he kept running up top. Yeah, they may have been able to chase him down anyways, though, but regardless, Cloud9 make the call. Scramble. We messed up on that one, so Bunny gonna get a hook just to increase his accuracy. And yeah, CLG, small step back into the game. Wanted to take a little bit too much after that, and they do stall out a little bit, so Cloud9 happy to still retain their lead, but Darshan gets nailed with the arrow.
I like the pillar. A little bit of the pillar to keep the slow there. Almost made him dodge it, but they come up big with the kill. And this is what Cloud9 wants. Now that, as you said, Kobe, they finally can get some of those wards forward. Those forward turrets are down. These
I feel like every time I set it up, send it to a game, and I'm like, Cloud9 has the lead, we immediately see the other team make a move. CLG picking up that double kill onto Cloud9 there, but Cloud9 still sitting pretty with that 3K gold lead. And again, Bunny Fufu on that Thresh. You didn't see it earlier, but some serious work in the 2v2 in that bot lane with Sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, Bunny was originally known as kind of a Thresh one trick, and though he's obviously evolved, his Bard has been doing a ton of work this season. He returns to his comfort champ, and they won some really intense, really close, mechanically well-played 2v2s in the bot lane to kind of get their team a lead.
Well, after that Afro move pickup that we just saw from Cloud9, they did snag a Baron off the back end of that, so we just missed it, but that's going to extend their lead over there on that series. That's NALCS 2 if you want to take a look. Otherwise, over here on NALCS 1, our first series is complete with TSM walking away with the win, but we've got more competition coming right up with Echo Fox versus Liquid right after the break.